Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Midwest F1 League. My name is Stat, here with my co-host Crash, and we are currently at the Great Britain Grand Prix, the British Grand Prix at Silverstone. How are we feeling today, Crash?
Very excited. Being at Silverstone yesterday, actually, with the Tier 3 League, we had some really fun and solid racing in the wet, so I'm really looking forward to getting into these F1 cars and seeing what our Tier 1 drivers can do for the day. But if you want to take this one away, give her a call.
As we do have 5 red lights at the Silverstone, and we're off. Quality starts. Mystic Joker, I think, has the edge. No, Majako takes the lead after turn one. Brian also with a flyer heads up into third. Kenny in fourth. No safety car immediately, so that's a welcome change. Cam already down into fifth. Majako currently leads, but Mystic has the inside line. Can't take it. Mystic will lead the race as of current, followed by Mystic Joker from Brian, from Kenny, from Cam. Down to Nicky. Narnell has jumped up. Random Series has dropped. Monkey Mafia all the way down into last place now. He's spun out. Cam and Kenny side by side. Oh, as Cam gets that position on Kenny. Cam will need a good fight back here to get his place back off Brian.
Wow. As now we are officially over the lap, or over the finish line for the first lap, I can now call it that this has been the best start in Midwest F1 League history. The best pawn seems to be the closest to take a lunge.
Mystic getting a good run on Jacko. Oh, it's really close now. It's going to be a good fight through Maggots and Beckett's here. As Mystic lets off a little bit.
Ooh, El Magico runs
Jacko
a little bit wide there.
Hasn't got the right line. Mystic will be down his ass. Let's go. He switches to the outside. Jacko holds the inside. Cam has wrestled his way up into third place over Brian as well.
Cam has kind of entered the party here. Now getting right on the back. DRS will be enabled this lap, which will help out Mystic Joker and Cam. Mystic Joker, goes to the outside. Maybe looking at a switchback. Yes, he is not in the end. Maybe looking at a switchback now. He kind of lines it
He needs a better run.
I think he's just saving it so he can get this DRS here. Gets a very solid run within a tenth of a second and will opt for the inside line.
Oh, Jacko takes a bit of speed into that.
Cam wants to enter into this battle here, but doesn't seem he is close enough. Looks like Nicky and Narniel got into a little bit of a tussle and fall down the order.
Oh, it's very close between them. Oh, it's going to be side by side. Oh, as Jacko just takes the position. Cam looking around the outside. Brian getting real close to Cam. Oh, Brian and Kenny.
Oh, Brian goes off onto the grass, able to keep it steady and
keep
will
it
not
going, but Kenny. But Serious Pons and Helg right behind Kenny, all having a massive battle.
Oh, Helg goes
at the end
off.
Of that straight.
Helg spins out and is now going to lose a bunch of positions here. Best Pawns gives Random Serious a little bit of tap and sends him long into that corner. Random Serious does end up getting this position back. We seem to have the leaders separated themselves now.
In the meanwhile, Mr. Joker has taken the lead off Majako.
Brian Wasser just overtakes Noganator for 7th place. Noganator does not give it back. Actually, Reed overtakes 7th place. Now looking to keep it clean through Maggots and Beckett's here. Wasser will get DRS, will jump right on the front wing, or on his helmet, we can say. Getting a nice run down, taking that slipstream, maybe looking at the inside. Opts out of a late lunge and nearly makes contact with the number 38 car. But all these early penalties.
It's heavy with a good...
Brian Mosser actually gets right on the back of Noganator and kind of pushes him and turns Noganator into a drift. Noganator having to go extremely wide and ends up losing 2 positions as MX blocks him on those medium tires. Finds himself in 8th place. MX blocks him while we were just kind of happily chatting there, overtook Mosser through the Maggots and Beckett slalom there. Monster will get the press. Ooh! Oh, and yes, Monster and Bloxham do end up climbing in the end. Noganator will collect back 8th position. Monster will fall down the order as he has been spun out again, unfortunately, in this track, and is now tight with his teammate. He's going to have a lot of work to do. You can see that he's battling some warm tires here. Narniel almost loses it through Maggots and Beckett's here. And Bloxham is on quite old medium tires there, with Mr. Joker being on fairly fresh ones. Bloxham opting for the inside line here on Narniel. Braking a little bit late, losing his brake point. Narniel goes for a little bit of a switchback, but unable to hold and stick that position as he gets a little bit loose there. Narniel trying to pick and choose a spot to overtake Porkchops, and Porkchop seems to be parking that car on just the right spot to make it quite difficult on the Williams of Narniel.
So a good battle between the Mercs here as Brian and Nicky go side by side through the left right. Brian looks as if, well, they still say side by side, but I think Brian just gets the edge over his teammate.
Yes, he does, and does get 9th place. Clog and the Gears back battling for 16th place here. Gears back getting a far better run. Looking to... Oh, misses his brake point on Cops and will now lose a decent bit of time there.
Now Bloxham does have a good run on Pons with DRS. Will he make the move? Bloxham does make the move on Pons, but goes inside the track a little bit. I believe that's also good guy Greg spun out again. Yeah, just waiting for cars to go past.
I think he is getting blue flagged. Oh, he does have DRS here. Oski in his first race in the Midwest F1 League. Looking to show...
As good guy Greg spun out again.
Oski seemingly holding that position in 14th place. Noganator opting for the inside line here. Monster looking for a switchback, and Noganator gets pushed off by Monster, but it seemed that Monster did lose a little bit of his front wing there. And so right now they are even in penalties between these two. Ooh, he took a real good lunge
Brian Monster last second switching onto the inside.
Ooh, Noganator
does the switchback.
And
does get the place.
He gets the job done and gets 8th place back, but Monster is not giving it up either. Noganator does have the better traction and the better racing line in that situation. Even with the amount of times that the good guy Greg has spun out. Ooh, Nicky showing a lot more pace through Cops there, and now the Mercedes teammates not ending up going wheel to wheel here. But the damage is done with Monster holding up Nicky, his teammate. Noganator now opening up that gap to just under 3 seconds.
Ooh, Helg quickly closing onto Brian. Does not make the move yet.
You can tell that Brian's racing lines are deep in every turn.
Yeah.
Helg has a lot of energy stored up here. As you can see, Monster using it right now to try and gain a little bit of gap on this straight.
He just doesn't have the cornering momentum.
Bloxham unfortunately picking up a penalty.
Oh, Brian does go wide at the end of Mason Beckett's But Herg will take the place quite comfortably from Ryan. But Mystic will take the win here at Silverstone. His first outing in the Midwest F1 League and his first win in Series 1.
El Magico looking to take his podium in his... Was his first outing? I believe he's raced in the
Yes.
Tier 1 before.
Oh, he might have. Yeah, I think maybe last week.
But collecting a
But
podium,
Renault-
to say the least.
But Renault...
Oh,
with
Nicky
the
picks up a huge 3-second
top
time
two.
penalty. Random Series,
Ooh,
as
that
expected,
might-
did get 4th. Bloxham does have a penalty, but the gap between him and the best pawns is probably big enough for him to safely collect 6th place. It seems that after that penalty, Noganator is going to have 8th place locked up.
Which I think will also be his best finish.
Or maybe tied for.
No, Nicky takes it by .2. As
Oh.
no, Helg jumps both of them.
Helg with no penalties. Ends up in 8th. Noganator getting a top 10. Nicky in 9th. Mosser in 11th.
Can we get some Pog champs?
Yeah, Pog Chaps in the chat. Pork Chop, spam the chat with emotes. Get it going. I want to see emotes here. As there we go, we see a double Renault finish here. With Mystic Joker. Hey, that's what I like to see. Mystic Joker collecting his first win of the year. Cam collecting some much needed points and is going to start getting in the conversation here for Drivers' Championship.